Hi everyone and welcome back to Coronavirus Breaking News with Chiara Casini. As you know, the world is in a global pandemic. People are dying every day because of this terrible virus. People are losing their jobs. The economy is collapsing. It's a really critical moment. But today we are going to have an update from our reporters Francesca Ferrini and Giulia.
Thank you, Chiara, and good evening from London Healthcare Centre. Well, as you know, coronavirus is a very dangerous threat. But with us today is Dr. Dancy, who will teach us how to stay safe and how to protect ourselves. Well, Dr. Dancy, what can we do?
Yes, the world is in danger and we must protect ourselves and the other from the coronavirus infection. First of all, we have to wear masks in front of our mouth and nose. We can find masks in supermarkets or pharmacies, and we must always wear them when we go out. Then we have to wash our hands as often as possible using an alcoholic soap. And above all, we must stay at home. Goodbye.
Thank you, Dr. Dancy. But before giving back the line, I strongly recommend following the tips he has just given us.
Thank you, Francesca. It's a really tragical period, but we must also look at some positive consequences of the pandemic. Here with us in connection from Prague, we have the ecologist Giulia Giusti, who will explain us some positive consequences of the lockdown on the atmosphere.
Good evening, everyone. It's true, there are negative consequences that this virus has brought, like many deaths every day, not to mention the economic crisis. But it's also true that there are positive effects on climate change. Pollution is decreasing and the environment is recovering. It's also true that there are many animal species that are approaching human landscape, like dolphins are swimming closer the coastal shores. I believe that we should consider all these when this virus is over and go back to more sustainable economic activities.
Thanks, Giulia, for showing us this interesting point, and goodbye from Chiara Casini, BBC News.
Good morning and welcome to Pop International News with Marca Menchetti. Today we have an update about the pandemic of coronavirus, which is spreading in the world and infecting many people.
Yes, the coronavirus is killing many people, especially older people, and it has led to a shutdown of economic activities. This is a complete disaster. Today we are looking at the bad and good side of coronavirus with our reporter Anna Sorini from Arezzo.
Good morning from the Science Lab Center in Arezzo. Today with us is our expert Daniela Lupo. So Dr. Lupo, can you tell us a bit more about what's happening during this period?
Of course. First of all, scientists don't know exactly how everything started in Wuhan, but they know that coronavirus can be transmitted through sneezing or coughing, so that's why everyone must stay home and at safe distance from other people. COVID-19 is very dangerous, but thanks to coronavirus, the planet is now in better shape because no one is using cars anymore and factories have stopped producing. So this seems to be having a positive effect on global emissions. We will have to keep this in mind in the second phase of the pandemic when activities will start again.
Thank you, Dr. Lupo. That's all from Anna Sorini, Popes International.
Thank you, Anna. And now let's have a look at what's happening in the US. The President Donald Trump suggested using disinfectant injections against COVID-19. And now, after his advice, the number of poisonings in New York seems to have tripled.
That's all for today. Thanks for watching Pop International, and remember to stay safe, stay in, and do not inject disinfectant.
Good evening, welcome to Arezzo International News with Anna Vidini. This evening we have an update about a possible solution for coronavirus. This pandemic started in the city of Wuhan at the beginning of last December and then spread to Asia, Europe, America and all over the world, causing death and economic problems everywhere. Now scientists are looking for a solution and in the past few days a new cure has been experimented, administering the plasma of healthy people in the patient with COVID-19, so that the viral load and symptoms are reduced in a few days. Today we have the opportunity to talk with two experts about this. We're connecting now with our reporter Mrs. Ezira Melek, directly from Milan. Over to you, Melek.
Thanks. I'm in a hospital in Milan in the company of two virologists, Dario Sistini and Gioele Pagini. What do you think about this cure, Dr. Pagini, and how did you find it?
We think that this cure is useful to fight the virus and maybe to destroy it and save a lot of people who are infected. We hope that it will work well. We spent a lot of time studying the virus in our lab and in the end we decided to start administering it to serious cases and we saw their symptoms were improving. We hope it will be useful.
Dr. Sistini, how much plasma is donated and how does donation work?
Normally the donation is about 600 milliliters, but we need a lot of donation to be able to experiment the cure on many patients. After the donation, we divide the plasma from the corpuscular part, red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets that will be returned to the donor, while the plasma will be held back.
This is all from Milan, Melek Ziravi, Arezzo International News.
Thanks Melek for the update and thanks for watching Arezzo International News. Goodbye!
Good morning everyone, welcome to the Sinalunga TV International. Today our topic is something that concerns the whole world, the coronavirus pandemic. A human nightmare of overcrowded hospitals, unemployment and social isolation. This morning we have the opportunity to talk with two scientists from Cardiff. We will now connect with our reporter Cristina Barbetti. Over to you, Cristina.
Good morning, I'm here in the Cardiff Science Centre with the scientists Santoni and Bollini.
Good morning.
Good morning. How did all this started, dear Santoni?
It was born in China. There are many hypotheses on this. Some colleagues say it was born in one of two laboratories in Wuhan. Some say it was originated in the market there and transmitted to humans from bats or pangolins. In fact, we think it was born from bats. It has spread rapidly and aggressively, mainly among older people or weaker people.
What consequences did it bring, dear Bollini?
The main consequences are the many deaths of people, which have led into lockdown measures in most countries on the world, and caused a stop in industries and a collapsing of economies. But there is also a positive side. If we can say pollution is going down and the animals are returning more numerous. And just have a look at these photos taken from different parts of the world. There are too many goats free in a neighborhood. And there is a kangaroo in Australia on the street, and he looked happy to be free.
Thanks to our scientists. This is all from Cardiff. Cristina Barbetti, Sinalunga TV International.
Thank you, Cristina. That's all for today. Thanks for being with us. Goodbye.
Good evening. Welcome to NY Breaking News.
Tonight we are going to give you some coronavirus updates. As you all know, coronavirus started in the city of Wuhan in December, and since then it has spread over Europe, America and the rest of the world, attacking especially many serious citizens. We are connected with our reporter Giulia Giaccherini from New York. Over to you, Giulia.
Yes, we are here today at the NY University Science Center with Deva Sisti and Aurora Pausano, two scientists who are studying the coronavirus. Are you working on a vaccine?
Yes, we are working hard to find a vaccine. It's quite difficult, but some laboratories have just started testing a vaccine on people.
About masks, do you think we are producing enough?
At the beginning, they were not available to everyone, but now the situation is better and there are masks for everyone.
Is the situation worsening or improving in this period?
In this period, the situation is improving, but there are a lot of dead and infected because some people don't respect the safety rules.
What do you think of President Trump insists on reopening everything in this situation?
In my opinion, in this way the cases increase and they must do the quarantine for other some weeks. For example, in Italy they have been on a quarantine for more than 2 months and they have the step to face and the cases are decreasing.
In your opinion, will the victims increase without the lockdown?
In my opinion, without the lockdown, it would be a disaster and the victims would certainly increase.
And what can we do in order to destroy the coronavirus? And do you think it can be defeated or must we live with it?
Wash your hand for 30 seconds with soap and water. When coughing and sneezing, cover your nose and your mouth. Avoid close contact with people and bring mask and gloves when you're leaving home. And if the scientists found the vaccine, the virus can be defeated. In other case, we must live with it.
In your opinion, will we manage to rise again after this social and commercial collapse?
It will be really difficult. There will be a big economic collapse. It will take a long time to start again, but in my opinion, we will make it.
Thanks to our experts for answering our question. Giulia Giaccherini, New A Breaking News, New York.
Thanks, Giulia, for letting us know more about the coronavirus. This is all for tonight. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning, everyone. Matteo Capaccioli from Olmo TV International News. Today we have some updates on coronavirus. The pandemic started in the city of Wuhan in China at the beginning of December. We know that this virus initially attacked only bats and then began to attack also humans, spreading all over Asia, Europe and America and the rest of the world, causing death and economic problems everywhere. Today we have the opportunity to talk about the virus with an expert. We are connected now with our reporter, Mr. Samuele Surace, directly from Oxford. Over to you, Samuele.
Yes, thanks, Matteo. I'm here in the Oxford Science Center in the company of the famous virologist Edoardo Mori. Good morning, Dr. Mori. Can you tell something about the vaccine you're discovered and testing?
Good morning. Yes, we are testing a coronavirus vaccine on people here in our laboratories, but the result will be evident only in the next months. In the meantime, we should learn to live with the virus before the vaccine is available on the market.
How was the virus distributed globally?
The majority of cases have been found in America and Italy. Moreover, in China, new cases are appearing after the lockdown was stopped.
Which countries have the greatest difficulty in getting out of the virus?
Other countries helping them to exit from the pandemic, the poorest countries are to be disadvantaged. The most developed areas of the world at the moment are trying to restart their economy, but it isn't easy. They have to change something, the organization, and it requires time.
In your opinion, is there a positive side of the coronavirus pandemic?
The positive side that the coronavirus is showing us is a reduction of global pollution. In fact, it is decreasing everywhere for the diminished activity of factories and cars. But I'm afraid pollution is going to increase greatly in the next months. And the waters that now are clean will be contaminated again.
What advice could you give to viewers?
I think that all of us have to change something in our way of life, especially we have to respect our planet because we are only guests on it.
Thanks, Dr. Mori. That's all from Oxford. The line is over to you, Matteo.
Thanks Samuele, and thanks Dr. Mori. Thanks all for watching Olmo International News. Goodbye!